Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are all the way in Portland, Oregon today. And we are here with Charlie Sprinkman. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I've loved
Yeah.
watching you. You're very prolific and very good with social media. And so I've enjoyed
Right.
watching the growth of your business. Everywhere is queer.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been an adventure. I definitely I'm not I didn't think I would ever be this involved with social media ever in my life. And probably will be my first full-time hire once I can.
Yeah. But no, especially with Instagram. But I mean, between
Thanks.
Instagram, TikTok, and your videos, and you've just
Thanks.
really done an amazing job as far as
Thanks.
not only kind of developing this business model, but also really making sure to tell people about it.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I really enjoy chatting with people and hearing everyone's stories and when people share their experiences with our map, I mean, it's just makes my heart melt, you know?
Yeah. But for a business like this, what was the inspiration? How did you get started with all that?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in rural Wisconsin, so as just a queer rural little kid, it wasn't, I didn't have all these queer spaces, slash, I did not have all these queer, representations, walking the streets, I mean, there were queer people, but that I didn't know of,
Yeah.
but not a lot of queer people in my life growing up. So that kind of is a rooted seed in me. And I just know that rural America accounts for 60 million people. So there's so many people out there that don't live in a metropolitan city.
Oh yeah.
But 2019, I lived out of a van and was a rep for an organic beverage company and traveled to 41 of the 50 states. I was out at that point and was seeking queer, safer spaces. And a lot that came up was gay bars or queer bars. And
Yeah.
I do drink, but I have to go eat breakfast and lunch, and I got to shop and do all the things, and I don't need to be at a gay bar at all hours of the day. So I wanted to go to other places and find other places. And so I would Google queer-owned places in Asheville, North Carolina, now a very queer place. So I was able to find some places there. But, other cities in the country, I wasn't able to find resources or anything. And so that's kind of when it got seeded. And then 2021, I volunteered at a queer youth leadership camp and within a space of 100 queer people. And that's when it really hit me that like I would love the queer and trans community to be able to find queer owned places around the world. And there was no global resource.
Yeah. No. Especially because I noticed from reading through your website and so forth, but you're coming out with an app really, really soon,
Yes.
though, right?
Yes, all thanks to Chris, a queer developer out of LA.
Yeah.
He cold emailed me about 7 months ago. I interviewed and brought him on as my developer, and we've just been day in and day out developing this app that's going to be live first few weeks of February. I cannot wait to get this in the hands of everyone.
That's amazing because that's what I always figure is that if you're gay, lesbian, transgender, what
Yeah.
and you're whether you're in a remote part of the US or any part in the world, it's like your first place, you just kind of open your phone, like in fact with Google, gay bars near me or gay restaurant near
Mhm.
me. And that seems to be the go-to, but it seems like you that number one, it sounded like that wasn't really giving you what you needed, but I'm kind of guessing that you've kind of developed a business that's able to kind of take that to another level.
Yeah, I mean, Google Maps has LGBTQ friendly, but there was no queer owned tag. And so I really wanted to take it to the next level of queer owned businesses, anywhere from online businesses. So we have 20 different categories, therapists, real estate agents, to online stores, to brick and mortar, retail, bars, restaurants, you name it. A ton of escape rooms on our map. Yeah, so all queer owned places. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're venturing out, especially because the things that in the LGBTQ space, it's been like gay cities and fun maps, but they seem to really, of course, focus much more on travel. And it sounds like you're really kind of taking things to that next level there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of travel involved. We do have Airbnb category and all of those things that are growing.
Yeah.
But really trying to keep it like localized for these people. It's for not just travel. Like I want queer and trans and allied individuals to be able to find queer owned spaces locally,
Yeah.
in their own city or area, and when they travel all over the world.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense, and that's what I loved. Even when I stumbled across the Milwaukee CVB, and they're integrating some
Yes.
of your content into like a really nice post about some of your favorite places.
Yeah, I got to go home for the holidays and got to make some content highlighting five of my favorite queer or five of queer-owned places in Milwaukee that are becoming my favorites. I actually did not know of some of them.
Well, how's it going as far as like turning this into a business? Are you finding, some of some of the businesses that are listening with you, are they stepping up to be more sponsored content, advertisers, and so forth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll be honest, it's hard out there right now owning a business. And
Yeah.
um, the whole reason why I'm developing this app is to make it more affordable to advertise with us. So at a wider scale. So I want thousands of businesses to be able to advertise, not just a handful at a high amount of money. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Many businesses have stepped up to the plate to want to do bigger partnerships, though, via social media and stuff like that. So, I'm really excited to get this app into the hands of thousands, fingers crossed, millions of people one day. Yeah,
Well, that's the whole premise. And that's my own background. That's where I would say that once upon a time, because we used to have a business directory kind of built into a website back in the 90s and early 2000s. And we found that when you had a nice business directory, there was always some businesses that said, this is great, but I wouldn't be on the top of that. Like I want to
yep,
stand out. And we
yep,
just made it, and our success on that was we just made it very simple for them just to click one button and get right to the top, and and be paid as an advertiser. And hopefully you're
yeah,
seeing that as well.
yeah. Exactly what it's going to be basically in app as well.
Yeah.
Businesses. So if you're a queer-owned business out there, if you are on our platform, definitely keep an eye on your email. If you're not on our platform yet, it's free to join. You can apply via the linked application on our website, which is at www.everywhereisqueer.com. But they will be able to become founding supporters and have a premium listing in app, which would put their business at the top of the list in their area. If they're an online business, you will be at the top of the list in the online business category, which is viewed by everyone. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, other than the app, now that we're in January 2024, how does the rest of the year? Do you have any exciting other plans for 2024 with this?
Honestly, this app is like, this has been the last 7 months. It has been day in and day out. This is my baby. I am like app, 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 app,
Yep.
app.
Yep.
But I mean, on my in list in 2024 is what people are saying.
Yeah.
I would love to hire some of my first employees. And I potentially might be, pitching to some folks out in the world to maybe support Everywhere is Queer, maybe not just businesses, but maybe some, entities that want to help support Everywhere is Queer.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, is that whether it's sponsorship or just even national advertisers, that they're always
Yeah.
looking for kind of different venues other than just traditional advertising. And hopefully they'd find you a value in that sense.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, this is only version 1 of our app, and we're not VC backed. We are not San Francisco tech funded to develop this $1 million app, $1 million funded app. This is my own little 2 cents of money here. So this is
Yeah.
definitely version 1 all year. I'm so excited to see what this app, develops into. We already have plans for version 2, 3, 4, 5, and job boards, a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm excited as well. So no, mostly I'm really happy and lucky that you're able to take a few moments to share a bit of your story with our audience, and I look forward to seeing
Absolutely.
where all this goes.
Thanks. Yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Everywhere is queer.
You got it. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Feels good, so good. Coming back